When you think of music, what do you think of? Music CDs, downloading it off the internet, buying from iTunes, or maybe audio cassettes, or vinyl records from the 1950s? Well, when I think of music, video games is my primary source. As you can tell by Final Fantasy 1, Rise Star, that's a Genesis game. Final Fantasy 6, Super Monkey Ball 2, if you're getting the idea. But I don't know the names of pretty much every single one of my songs, so I base it on various other factors. But the most unusual thing with me and music, play counts. That is no joke. It is not edited. Of course, I'm not play, stop. I'm not doing that either. That's actually direct, true plays. Of course, when you get 52 1/4 days in a row of the same song, it kind of has an effect. Of course, that's my record. 46 and 42 in my second and third place. For the same song and same speed, yes, speed, it's 17, 12, and now 10 for first, second, and third. But, of course, I have an MP3 player. So you might be wondering, how do I get my songs onto these aren't really my songs, but how do I get these songs onto my MP3 player? Well, my method's rather weird. For the most part, I use a little template or table here. It's my writing programs for C in this case. But this is just all in a big comment, as you can tell by this. But here's where I list various notes, the frequency changeover points, what speeds sound the best, the normal range where it sounds decent enough, and how many loops there are within each of up to 7 zones. Of course, I might expand that to 9 or redesign the zone system, but oh well. The one I'm going to be working on, since I've noticed I'm now adding the 48K version, because I used to stop at 32, but for some reason target zone's just not sounding right, even with the 32K, so I'm going with 48. So I'm needing to update all of those. I figured I'd record this, take 5 of this video, the second version of it anyway. Yes, take 5. This is the one I'm doing. I've already fairly much established this, but I came up with a really good shortcut. I've also kind of chopping off the very extreme upper ends, in a way. But I already know what the best zones are, and I already know what the normal speeds are, along with the number of loops. I've already worked those out. But, let's say I did not know any of this. All of this was blank except obviously the song name. Because that one's pretty straightforward, wouldn't you think? So, and a few things you might be noticing here. Sampler. What is that? Well, a sampler is basically a shortened version containing my favorite part of the song. Well, Final Fantasy VI World. I'll give you an example. This is true speed. Yes, I use 50,000 as true speed. That is true speed. That's all a sampler is. That's the whole thing for the sampler. Just a few seconds is all it really is. The 2 measures within part 2 of the song. A part is a group of measures with a similar style of play. Part 1 is very long, but it's actually copied into 2 subparts in a sense. Then part 2 comes, which is this. This is actually the start of it. Then there's a third part after it. But